Have you ever thought about where your produce comes from? Most grocery chains receive produce from various local and national farmers. In fact, there are about 3.4 million farmers in the United States today. But of that staggering number, only 45,000 are Black farmers. At the Better Buggy, we are a proud group of Atlanta-based Black-owned farmers, selling produce locally and nationwide. Our easy-to-navigate online platform makes it easy for you to make a one-time purchase or to simplify your life by subscribing to our weekly produce box. Whichever frequency you choose, you can order with confidence, knowing you'll receive 100% organic farm-fresh produce. If you're looking for a thoughtful gift for a loved one that they'd actually find useful, be sure to pop by our online store where you can snag a gift card your recipient can use to order their own produce and t-shirts. Ready to start supporting local Black-owned farms and making healthier food decisions? Visit thebetterbuggy.com now to start shopping.
America is not a racist country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Queen Amadaya for this story. This came from MSNBC, August 7th, 2021. Now, I did a story, it was either June or July, on Amazon. An Amazon facility is being built in Windsor, Connecticut. And on 8 occasions, nooses have been hung around the facility that's being built. And the company, Amazon had to delay construction because of this going on. And you know what? In my opinion, they're not trying hard enough to find out. Don't tell me they can't put cameras around the place to find out who's doing it. Some type of surveillance. Okay? I just don't believe they can't do something. I'm not buying it. And ladies and gentlemen, in many occasions, the managers and supervisors, they know this is going on. They know who's doing it. And they know who the black target is too. They're not naive. They may sit in your face and act all naive like they don't know what's going on. They know everything that's going on. And in fact, they won't even stop the person from doing this on the job. They'll just sit in the background laughing about the whole thing. That's what they'll do. And the fact that this has been going on forever now, this has happened so often. This is part of American culture. It really is. This is part of the culture. I remember these stories when I was a child, y'all. And here I am, I'm a full-grown woman, and this stuff is still happening. And the reason why is because there are no real tough consequences. As long as there's no consequences, why should anybody stop doing it? And that's the truth. Nobody's going to stop doing this, and there's no consequences at all. And there never seems to be none. If anything, the manager or supervisor is going to protect the person that's doing it, and they'll fire the black person that's complaining. That's usually how it's done. And that's also part of American culture too. So in May, workers were building a new Amazon facility in the town of Windsor, Connecticut, and they came across a noose on the property. It was the 8th noose they encountered since construction on the facility began in late 2020. The repeated occurrences forced Amazon to delay construction on several occasions and cited a great deal of tension among local residents. And Windsor actually is 40% black. So 28,733 residents in Windsor, Connecticut are black, and about 9% are Hispanic Latino. The appearances of the nooses has also sparked political organizing in recent months as workers in Windsor call attention to the racism they encounter. And this is on a day-to-day basis. So they are saying they are seeing things like not only just the noose, they are seeing people walking around with Confederate flags on their hats and making racial remarks. Uh. In many ways, the noose is quintessential of deeply troubling American symbol. All right, so despite the additional security cameras and a $100,000 offer from the company for any tips leading to an arrest, law enforcement officials have been unable to determine the source of the hateful symbol. They know who it is, y'all. They know who it is. They're just not saying anything. They know who it is. There's no way they're doing 8 nooses and nobody else knows about this. There's somebody else. There's other people that know. But the reason why they're not going to say anything is because they feel the same way as the person that hung the noose. They're not going to say nothing. All right. So one of the workers said they witnessed this stuff, and he's a iron worker there, and said that it is very racist, very racist. So the concern mirrors those of others across the nation. Since 2015, Black workers in various states, including Iowa, New Jersey, North Carolina, and Maryland, have reported finding more than 50 nooses at construction sites, according to an analysis by the Washington Post. The continued appearance of nooses in these workplaces and in other private and public spaces reveal much about the prevalence of racism in American life and culture, and heavily, and I'm just saying this on my own, heavily in the workplace. You know, this is why so many people, when they went into lockdown, they didn't want to go back to the office. They weren't see, once you're home, just like our children, once they're doing school from home, it's they're doing the work minus all of the racism from the teachers and the students. They don't have to deal with that no more. And actually, Black children have been thriving on virtual learning because they're not dealing with all the headaches from Karen, AKA Klanswoman teacher, and the high IQ students. So they're not being annoyed every day. So everyone that is at home, a lot of them are saying they do not want to return to the office. Many of them are saying this. And we shall see, because many of them are pushing back dates and trying to reschedule office openings. And I'm just telling y'all, I don't think it's going to happen. That's just my opinion. Nooses, which are associated with acts of lynching in the United States, are one of the prevailing symbols of hate, violence, and white supremacy. Since the end of the Civil War, white supremacists have relied on nooses as a means of terrorizing Black people. While it is difficult to pinpoint exactly when the noose transitioned to being primarily viewed as an instrument of racial terror preferred by white supremacists. One thing is certain, its popularity among hate groups coincided with Black Americans' quest for expanded political rights and opportunities. Yes, this is why we don't need a hip hop celebration day or Juneteenth day, because there are things way more important going on. All right. Much like the Confederate battle flag, which gained increasing popularity as Black Americans worked to improve their social economic conditions, nooses have become a key weapon for those who resist racial equality. It is no wonder that members of the Klan frequently utilized the symbol during the 20th century as part of its nationwide campaign of racial terrorism. But Tim Scott said America is not a racist country. And so did Kamala and Joe Biden. Mm-mm-mm. You know, there is a reason, Kamala, while you make these comments, but you are real low in the polls. They said you are by far the most unpopular vice president in the history of this nation. You know, anybody like you that formed your lips to say that this is not a racist country, as far as I'm concerned, you're getting exactly what you deserve. I hope your poll numbers go down to 0. You would deserve every bit of it. Okay, y'all. So when nooses are hung in public, they are intending for a black target to see it, and they want to terrorize you on jobs. And, this stuff has been going on forever. But again, no changes are going to happen as long as everybody looks like the person that is doing this kind of stuff. Plain and simple. All right. There is a video here. I'm going to go ahead and play this audio for you. Let me see if I can get this to play.
Baratunde at a hearing on combating hate and violence. Just so we get this right, a congressman from Texas equates justice and lynching in real time. Out loud, we can hear him say it. It would indicate to me we're not all on the same page. Would you like to take a whack at how much work there remains to go in 2021? Yes, Brian, we're not all on the same page, and clearly Representative Roy's mask was not always on his face. He was sloppy in more ways than one. It's grotesque to cite lynching as evidence of justice. It is inflicting more pain to cite a racialized form of violence in a hearing designed to honor, acknowledge the pain of a community subject to racial violence. If there is a resource that people would remember right now, check out stopaapihate.org. This is an organization which has taken it upon itself to document some of the pain, the trauma, the struggles of the community of members of Asian descent in the U.S. For the past year, since the President of the United States unleashed a fusillade of ugly upon them.
All right. Now, but the Asians got protection from politicians whenever anything is inquire about the black community. It's like everybody runs for the hills because they don't want to deal with this. But a year of people bothering you is not equal to 500 years of it. And I don't know why they keep trying to act like that is the case. Ladies and gentlemen, all I have to say is you're going to have to document everything yourself. And if they can't fix this situation, you have the right to act and go after the company that is not doing enough to put a stop to it. You have every right to do that. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.